Good evening, I'm Darren. This is CTV News at 5. Tonight, a Canada-wide warrant is issued for an Edmonton driver wanted in the hit-and-run death of a teenager. Plus, an Edmonton neighborhood is calling on EPCOR to reverse the damage done after a pond was treated for invasive fish. And a road in the River Valley has some drivers in the wrong lane heading into oncoming traffic.
CTV Edmonton, local breaking news with Nariman Issa.
We begin with breaking news. Canada Post workers are now on strike across the country. This is a live look at the Canada Post building in West Edmonton, where workers walked off the job less than an hour ago. It comes hours after Ottawa announced changes to the service to make it financially viable. The Postal Workers Union called them an attack on the postal service and workers. Now, one of the changes is that door-to-door mail delivery will be coming to an end within the next 10 years. Some of the other changes include slowing down the frequency of mail delivery and shuttering some post offices. Ottawa says since 2018, Canada Post has lost more than $5 billion and is on track to lose close to $1.5 billion more this year.
I'm asking Canada Post to take immediate steps to address its financial challenges. That means finding efficiencies, reducing costs, reducing overhead, and I want to be clear, that also means reviewing and lightening its management structure.
Now, earlier, Canada Post said it would work with the changes. Nearly 16 months after a 13-year-old cyclist was killed in South Edmonton, police have named a suspect and issued a Canada-wide warrant for his arrest. CTV's Brendan Purdy joins us live tonight from Millwoods. And Brendan, who are police looking for?
Well, Nariman, police are looking for the driver that they believe killed 13-year-old AJ Eddy right here at the intersection of 48th Street and 34 Ave back in May of 2024. 41-year-old Alfonso Chavez is facing multiple charges, including manslaughter and dangerous driving causing death. Police say he's Hispanic with black hair and a black goatee. He's 4 foot 9 inches tall, weighing 150 pounds. Police believe that Chavez has fled the country. EPS is working with police forces and agencies across Canada and internationally to find him.
What it comes down to is everybody's wanting to be on the same page. That takes a lot of collaboration, a lot of communication. Those are the most key things that it comes down to when we're speaking with other agencies, regardless of whether that's going to be interprovincial, international, or otherwise.
To the family, who's been seeking answers for nearly 16 months now, Acting Sergeant Chris Delorier had this to say.
My ultimate message to them is that, unfortunately, it will take a little bit more patience as we are actively searching for Mr. Chavez and investigating any and all accomplices in regards to this collision. But we want to make sure that we're doing this investigation right for them.
EPS says the public has played an integral role in their investigation by providing tips and videos that have helped lead to these charges. EPS is also urging anyone with any information about Chavez or his whereabouts to contact them. Nariman?
All right, it's Brendan reporting live from Millwoods. Thank you. First-degree murder charges have been laid in last week's death of a 34-year-old woman. The woman's body was found early Sunday morning in the Griesbaugh neighborhood. Police say she died from multiple stab wounds. Police say 2 men have been charged. Both knew the victim. Well-known Edmonton doctor and public health advocate Darren Markland has died. In an online obituary, his family says the 54-year-old died Sunday. RCMP say a mountain biker died in a crash last weekend in a park near Nordegg. Dr. Markland was an ICU physician at the Royal Alexandra Hospital who became a prominent voice during the pandemic. He was also very active in Edmonton's cycling community. He advocated for active transportation and hosted a coffee outside meetup for cycling commuters at Constable Ezio Ferrone Park on Friday mornings. Now, tomorrow morning's coffee outside meet will be held in his honor by friends and colleagues. An environmental sciences expert says chances are high that a young boy missing in the Crow's Nest Pass is still alive. Darius McDougall just turned 6 years old. He disappeared Sunday while walking with family near the Island Lake campground. RCMP say a full-scale search is still underway. An environmental expert from Lethbridge Polytechnic says with water and some shelter, and if temperatures do not dip too much, there is a chance of surviving 5 days. Searchers have been playing one of Darius's favorite songs in the area in the hopes he will respond. Driving through Edmonton's River Valley can be confusing for some. Now, there's one spot in particular where many people are finding themselves going the wrong way into oncoming traffic. Now, this problem spot is on McDougall Hill, an area in the city with lane control. At the bottom of the hill, the road separates for traffic heading to and from the low-level bridge. In less than an hour this morning, our camera captured 9 drivers heading the wrong way.
Probably a better warning sign for the drivers, like maybe up the hill more to let them know. I'm not sure. I know, I guess the red X's would be a clear sign, but to some, I guess they don't see that.
I've personally had the experience of someone coming up the hill in the wrong lane. So, it certainly doesn't come as a surprise that there's some challenges in this area.
Councillor Ann Stevenson says she hasn't gotten a lot of complaints about the area in her time on council, but plans to address it with city staff. EPCOR says it's confident invasive goldfish and carp have been eradicated from a West Edmonton stormwater pond. The pond was first treated with a pesticide that kills fish last year and again recently. The move saw pushback from people who live nearby. As CTV's Nicole Weisberg reports, they're calling for EPCOR to reverse the damage.
The pond at West Edmonton's Guinevere Park has seen better days. The fountains are turned off, fences surround it, and the water is lowered for the treatment of invasive fish.
What we are doing is we are actually using a chemical called rotenone, where we hire contractors who are professional in terms of injecting the chemical. It's concentrated chemical.
That chemical kills anything with gills. The target, invasive goldfish and carp.
This is not their natural habitat, so definitely these fish have been released into the stormwater ponds.
EPCOR says 40,000 invasive goldfish and carp were killed and removed last year. Still, some survived. The cooler temperatures made the treatment less effective, it says. The operation was delayed as people who lived in the area pushed against it.
The two things that we were worried about were the health impacts, but also the impacts to the environment. We always looked at this as a wetland. We wanted to preserve the wetland. We wanted EPCOR to preserve the wetland.
The residents group that opposed the treatment now says it wants to look forward. Through a Freedom of Information request, it learned nearly 100,000 minnows were also killed last year.
We want the ecosystem restored, the balance of the ecosystem restored.
Despite telling the group it would work with Alberta Environment on their openness to restock the facility with native fish, in a July email, an official said EPCOR does not populate its stormwater management facilities with fish. Nicole Weisberg, CTV News, Edmonton.
A world-renowned floral exhibition is returning to the Matart Conservatory this weekend. Florists are buzzing around the facility, putting the final touches on this year's Flora de Vie exhibition. They're arranging thousands of fresh flowers and plants for the event. 15 floral mannequins will be set up inside the conservatory. Each one represents a different Edmonton organization, honoring the city's arts and culture scene.
Obviously we love plants and we love flowers here, and what better way to do a show like this than with partner with a bunch of organizations and florists and showcase their really great work.
So our sponsor is Shumka Dance. We have a marionette figurine, and we're just trying to recreate that. So she's a ballerina. It's from Nutcracker, done by Shumka Dance.
The show begins Friday and runs until Sunday, October 5th. Josh Clausen joining us now. First look at weather, and we did it. We got above 20 degrees. It's not like it was that cold, but Always nice to see that.
Yeah, it extends a record-setting September for days in the 20s. We'll talk about that in a second. We're at 20 degrees right now after hitting 21 for a daytime high. It's 18 off to the east. 19 in Stony Plain. Wind not bad. It is going to be a little gustier tomorrow, though. Somewhere around 20 gusting to 40 kilometers per hour. 21 puts us 4 degrees above average. It was a chilly start to the day, though. There may have been a touch of patchy frost in outlying areas, but in the city we stayed 2 degrees above zero for the morning low. Should be considerably milder tomorrow morning, with this cloud cover rolling in now for this evening and overnight tonight. So there you go. Today, our 23rd day in the 20s in the month of September. Look at the last 5 years. Last year, 19 days. 2023, 16 days. 2022, 20 days. All in the top 4 for the most days in the 20s in the month of September. 2020's on there as well at 15 days. So that record will probably get extended to 24 days on Monday, and that's where it will likely end. There's your cloud cover and some showers off to the northwest of the Edmonton area. It looks like a lot of this is going to break down as it approaches the Edmonton region, but there is a chance for some scattered showers mid to late this evening. Frost advisory again in effect for high level. This morning, most of the patchy frost was in east central Alberta. It's the other end of the province that will see the risk of frost for tomorrow morning. Whitecourt, Edson, Rocky Mountain House, down through the Airdrie area, all looking at a frost advisory for tomorrow morning. Here in the city, we'll only get to about 5 or 6 degrees tomorrow morning, and then sunny, gusty, and 18 tomorrow afternoon. A look at your weekend forecast in just a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. Well, coming up next, a campaign in Fort Saskatchewan puts out the call for crocheters to help talk about the elephant in the room.
What we wanted to do was bring about conversation.
Friday on Your Morning Edmonton, the new police chief joins us to talk about his plans for a safer city. And we preview a big moment for Canadian women in the Rugby World Cup final.
Your Morning Edmonton, weekdays.
Programming brought to you by James H. Brown Injury Lawyers, the heavy hitters of injury law.
You're watching CTV News at 5.
Well, we have more breaking news this hour. The Edmonton Elks owner has died. Businessman Larry Thompson was introduced as the club's new owner last year. Now, at the time, he said that he was a lifelong fan of the team, owning season seats at Commonwealth since 1978. The organization says Thompson died after complications following surgery. We'll have more on this on CTV News at 6 o'clock. Well, people with disabilities and advocates are calling on the provincial government to stop its proposed changes to how they receive income. They've now started a petition against the new Alberta Disability Assistance Program. CTV's Evan Kenny reports.
You're starting from such a small pot, a small income to begin with, so any little change is a big change relative to you, right?
Daryl Leary has severe anxiety, chronic depression, and is autistic. He has been relying on Alberta's assured income for the severely handicapped for nearly 30 years.
I have a lot of anxiety I deal with, and a lot of things I can't do because of that anxiety, and a lot of fears in my life, a lot of fears.
The UCP government is changing AISH, shifting some people to the Alberta Disability Assistance Program. Leary is against this move. He started a petition to stop the change.
The more I look into the program, the more it concerns me.
His petition points out 5 main concerns, including a $200 reduction in the monthly benefit and a reduction in the amount people can earn before the benefits are clawed back.
I feel like I'm drowning, and this petition is me flapping my arms trying to stay afloat.
Disability advocates in the province agree.
It's going to be pretty dire for an awful lot of people.
Inclusion Alberta says this will put people already struggling in a tougher spot.
We're going to see people with less income. That's going to result in more food bank usage, possibly homelessness, people making incredibly hard choices.
Leary started an online petition that now has more than 900 signatures. The province does not accept online petitions, so we switched to a hard copy. That now has nearly 200 signatures.
If I succeed with one thing, I want it known that the disabled community does not approve of the ADAP program.
The minister's press secretary says the new program will empower people with disabilities to find employment and that Alberta's government is committed to providing supports for Albertans with disabilities and the organizations that assist them, ensuring these supports reflect their unique needs and abilities rather than following the current one-size-fits-all approach of AISH. ADAP will come into effect July 2026. Evan Kenny, CTV News, Edmonton.
An organization out in Fort Saskatchewan is calling for some crafty people to help with an important project. Family and Community Support Services is looking for crocheters to make purple elephants for family violence prevention awareness. Now, the Elephant in the Room project started last year. The little elephants are a symbol of support for those affected by family violence. They will be turned into magnets, pins, and Christmas ornaments. They will be part of a display at Fort Sask City Hall. Now, people can write supportive messages and take an elephant. Organizers say it's a way to get conversations started around family violence.
It is an elephant, but it is a serious topic. We're not trying to downplay that at all. What we wanted to do was bring about conversation. Small acts like this, like writing notes, like crocheting elephants, just allows that voice and allows people to be seen and heard.
Elephants must be dropped off by October 30th. More information and a free pattern can be found on the City of Fort Saskatchewan website.
Programming brought to you by James H. Brown Injury Lawyers, the heavy hitters of injury law.
Morning Canada time.
FIFA is showing off its 3 mascots for the upcoming World Cup of Soccer in North America. Maple the Moose represents Canada, Zayu the Jaguar represents Mexico, and Clutch the Bald Eagle will represent the United States. FIFA says the characters reflect the vibrant culture, heritage, and spirit of the host nations. The mascots will also be playable characters in a new soccer video game called FIFA Heroes. Vancouver and Toronto are the Canadian cities hosting World Cup games next summer.
I like the moose.
I know. I love that they went with the moose. I know it's stereotypical, but
It's better than the beaver.
slow and steady, that beaver.
Yeah. Take a look outside right now. The River Valley Sky Cam is brought to you by Action Furnace. Fixed right or it's free. 20 degrees after hitting 21 for a high an hour ago, and the clouds are starting to roll in from the west-northwest. 17s and 18s from Lloydminster off to the north, 13 in Grand Prairie, and just 10 this afternoon in Peace River. We'll show you why in a moment. Look at the south, though, 30 in Lethbridge. I think it was 31 an hour ago in Lethbridge, 28, 29-degree daytime high in Medicine Hat today. That heat will disappear for those areas tomorrow. They get back closer to 20. And we'll, across the rest of the province, see things cool off as well. Here's why it's been so cool today in the northwest. Cloudy skies, some showers off and on through this afternoon. And you can see this is slowly making its way off to the east-southeast. Rain's kind of breaking down as it moves further to the south, but there is a chance that we'll see a few scattered showers in and around the Edmonton area somewhere around 9, 10 o'clock tonight. You can see how Futurecast really wants to drop most of that out. So similar to what we had yesterday. You remember yesterday there was a line of showers off to the northwest, and then as it rolled through the Edmonton area, it pretty much just fizzled. Kind of looks like this one might do the same thing. Better chance for some more rain in the northeast tonight and for areas just off to the south and southwest of the city. There's your clearing by tomorrow morning, and we'll be under mainly sunny skies for most of the day tomorrow, then a mix of sun and cloud on Saturday, Sunday. High level, once again, under a frost advisory. Here's your other areas, Whitecourt, Edson, down through Rocky Mountain House into the old Airdrie regions. Not everybody's going to see temperatures way below zero, but there will be some frost-prone areas that slip a degree or 3 below zero tomorrow morning. You can see in the cities, temperatures will stay well above zero. Insulating effects cloud cover, 6 degrees in Edmonton instead of the 2 that we woke up to this morning. 7s and 8s across east central northeastern Alberta. A little cooler there in Grand Prairie at 3. You're back to 15 or 16. So that is warmer than today. 16 degrees in Whitecourt, 17s for Cold Lake, Fort McMurray, and Vegreville up to about 17 with mainly sunny skies. A little extra cloud cover here, especially through the first half of the day further to the south. 17 and 18 for Coronation, Lloydminster, Red Deer, and a cool day in Jasper. Just 13 degrees for a daytime high. Here in the city, we'll see temperatures through this evening in the mid-teens. There's your chance of a scattered shower about 9, 10 o'clock tonight. A little gusty as well as that chance of showers goes through. Then the wind dies down overnight and tomorrow morning. We'll start the day at about 6 degrees. Gusty once again, lunchtime, right through the afternoon, but sunny. Temperatures up to about 18 for a high tomorrow, and 18s in the forecast for Saturday, Sunday as well, with that mix of sun and clouds. So average high over the next 5 days is 16 degrees. Even those 18s are still slightly above average. We get one more day in the 20s on Monday, and then back into the mid to high teens for Tuesday, and right through the first 5 days of October. And it looks, outside of tonight, looks pretty dry, except for maybe Wednesday of next week.
Thank you, Josh. Well, the Lacombe Museum is highlighting the city's history with a photo exhibit.
Oh, people love it. People love photographs. They love seeing old pictures of their community. There's something about black and white photos that just really gets people going.
The exhibition is called Lacombe Through the Lens. It explores the work of different photographers from the town. The earliest photo on display is from 1895, showcasing the county's changes over the past 120 years. Other history is also on display.
Not only do we have photos on display, but we have a lot of really old cameras and whatnot too, which I think is really cool. One of our oldest cameras that we have on display is from 1903. So, I mean, there is something for everyone.
The exhibition is on display until the end of October at the Flatiron Building Museum. For more information, you can visit the Lacombe Museum website. Well, when we return, a record-setting steer, the planet's tallest cow, hails from Alberta.
When the record was measured in 2023, he stood 6'5".
Still ahead on CTV News at 6, another big year for people moving to Alberta. We will have the numbers. Also, a Canadian music icon brings her story to the screen at the Edmonton International Film Festival. And a group harvest for a good cause. The Leduc Growing Project with another successful year of growing grains for the Canadian Food Grains Bank. Those stories and more tonight on CTV News at 6 with Jeff Hastings. An Alberta Holstein has secured the record for tallest steer in the world. Beef and owner Jasmine Entz are from Vulcan and says a few years ago she wondered how her beef might stack up with the competition. When the record was measured in 2023, he stood 6'5". He's grown another 1.5 inches since then. Entz works at a dairy farm and wanted a calf as a pet. He was regular sized at birth.
So it's been 8 years of him just seeing me as mom, and you know, it's funny, like you don't think about that kind of stuff until I leave for a weekend and I come home and he's happy to see me. And so he's been a very big teddy bear for 8 years. So being in here is a pretty neat feeling.
And says she spends $400 a month to feed beef with a minivan-sized salad of alfalfa. Well, that's our show for tonight. Thank you so much for watching. CTV National News is next.